From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Our top story this evening, reports of an attempted abduction spread via social media late Sunday evening.
That's right. As the Fairbanks Police Department detectives are following up on the leads, the man who saved the toddler wants him caught. The News Center has more now in this report. Being in the right place at the right time is what Justin Cloud, Fairbanks resident and Fair Hill Church member, says saved a little girl from a possible abduction this Saturday.
This Asian man comes walking out and he's coaxing this little girl. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And this little girl, she's about 23 months old, barely can walk, starts following him. And I immediately thought something was wrong with it.
Cloud says the man noticed him watching.
Got maybe 20, 30 feet away and he noticed that I was watching him. And he put his hands up in the air and said, it's okay, it's okay. She's with me.
According to detectives with the Fairbanks Police Department, they received the report of the incident last night. There have been 2 reports of possible attempted abductions, one in the Barnes & Noble area and one in the Hamilton Acres area, both alleged suspects matching the description.
He got down as far as past GameStop when the baby's mother comes walking out the door and she's, have you seen my baby? And she probably, at first she probably thought I had something to do with it because I took off running so fast. And I ran down to the end of the sidewalk where he was at with the little girl. And as he seen me running, he took off into this parking lot.
Cloud said although there was surveillance cameras, none were outside of the Barnes & Noble. But he did urge the man he saw to do one thing.
This is your chance to avoid more serious crimes, more serious time in prison, and get the help that you need. Just because little Jenna's parents forgive you, just because God will forgive you, doesn't mean our community will. You need to turn yourself in now.
Now, according to Fairbanks Police, they viewed the video surveillance, which clearly shows the toddler walking out of the store on her own. At this point, the other possible abduction attempt cannot be connected to this one. At the time of this report, a Japanese tour group was present in that area, and the investigation is still continuing.
During scheduled hearings late this afternoon, a 32-year-old local man who state troopers say was legally drunk when he crashed his pickup into a small sedan over a year ago was ordered to spend the next 20 years in jail. Earlier this year, Paul Augustus Kerstetter pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree manslaughter, as well as felony assault in the second and third degree connected to the fatal crash that occurred on April 7, 2012 at Nordale Road near the Little Chena River Bridge. Colton Fettig of Corvallis, Oregon, and a passenger, North Pole resident Jordan Boggs, both 22, were killed in the crash. Fairbanks residents Hannah Gustafson and Gerald Noy were both seriously injured. Prosecutors say Kerstetter's blood alcohol content was almost 3 times the legal limit for driving in Alaska. After today's hearing, family members and friends on both sides reacted to the ruling of Judge Bethany Harbison.
It's not a story about a young man whose life was, he's not a loser. He's a winner in a lot of ways, but he had a lot of obstacles to finally get around to being able to start the life that he planned to.
So this is a tragedy all the way around.
Oh, it is a terrible tragedy all the way around. Yes, it is.
I guess you can kill somebody here to find extraordinary young men, and you have the potential of walking free like it never happened before, and yet the mourning goes on and on and on for the rest of us.
Many of those in attendance at today's hearing criticized the plea deal and subsequent sentence handed down by Harbison. News Center 11's Daryl Lewis will have more on this story tomorrow evening.
Head of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, Gina McCarthy, is visiting Alaska this week to discuss impacts of climate change. McCarthy plans to discuss issues involving climate change, air quality, and a proposed mine near the headwaters of a premier salmon fishery during this week's visit. McCarthy will be visiting places such as Porter Glacier in south central Alaska, the Bristol Bay region to meet with individuals on the proposed Pebble Mine, and here in Fairbanks to discuss air quality issues. EPA is studying the impacts of large-scale mining in the Bristol Bay area. The results could impact permitting decisions for the mine.
A computer software problem caused a temporary closure of the Fred Meyer West store on Airport Way today. Last night, they started installing a software update, and it apparently caused a problem with the store's network. That left cash registers not working, so they had to delay opening the store today until they could get it fixed. People showing up at Fred's were finding an almost empty parking lot, with store employees telling them about the problem.
We had a download that was supposed to happen on Monday night, and it didn't complete properly, so we had to go back and try to re-download all the information. It's taking a lot longer, so essentially it was some computer glitches that has caused us not to be able to open up our cash registers or some of our other systems today.
Now, the store got its problem resolved and reopened for business at about 1:45 p.m. this afternoon.
All right, well, when we come back, the budget for the Fairbanks Community Behavioral Health Center is nearly empty.
Also, Google affiliates will be in Fairbanks to host the Alaska Get Your Business Online event this Friday. Those stories are next. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Fairbanks Evening News. The budget for the Fairbanks Community Behavioral Health Center is nearly empty. Today, the board of directors told a packed room there is enough money to keep the operation running for about 3 weeks. Within the next day, they will discuss different options with a bankruptcy lawyer. Speakers from the Foraker Group said that declaring bankruptcy will create stability for clients and staff because it will protect the health center from creditors. The vice president said the services they offer to more than 1,000 clients will continue uninterrupted.
If we file Chapter 11, that means there can be reorganization and get back up on our feet and just keep things moving smoothly for the Fairbanks community. Worst case scenario is that we would file Chapter 7, which means it would just be liquidation, pay off debts. But I have to add to that worst case scenario, there would still be service to clients, because another entity would take over the organization.
FCVB-HC will update the community as they learn more. You can find a link to their website at our website, webcenter11.com.
Google affiliates will be in Fairbanks to host the Alaska Get Your Business Online event this Friday. At this event, there will be a series of workshops to get a website for their businesses. Those in attendance will learn how to grow their business presence online. The event is set for 9 a.m. to noon on Friday, August 30th at the Carlson Center. Google representatives say the seats for the event are still available, but going fast. If you are interested, they ask you can call 1-800-986-6852 to register. You can also register online through their website. To find that link, visit webcenter11.com. Google representatives explain the importance of having a website for your business.
58% of small businesses in the U.S., and it's a relatively similar number we believe in Alaska, do not currently have a website. So those 58% of businesses are basically digitally invisible to consumers who are looking for their products and services online. The business does not have a website. We're going to be walking them through and hosting a workshop where they can start creating their website during the session. And if they choose, they can choose to publish their website and walk out the door with a website when they walked in without one.
Turning 50 doesn't necessarily mean everything comes to an end as far as learning new subjects is concerned. The Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, or OLLI, is a program of the University of Alaska Fairbanks. OLLI is an important opportunity for local community members to enroll in over 80 various programs and lessons taught by local artists and professionals. OLLI is located in the University Park building on University Avenue, and tomorrow we'll have their ice cream social from 1 to 3 p.m. for the public to learn more about the service.
I think we have 11 different topic areas ranging from art and exercise, healthy living, science, literature, language, philosophy, social studies, history. That's just a smattering of them.
Well, do you know how much sugar is in your iced tea? The amount might surprise you. News Center 11's Monty Bowen has details in this week's health report.
In tea that you don't make yourself, there may be a lot more sugar than you want to have. The numbers can be a real eye-opener. Clint Carter is Senior Associate Editor at Men's Health, which looked at iced teas. He got a 30-ounce cup from McDonald's.
But you wouldn't expect it to have as much sugar as 2 Snickers bars or 3 of McDonald's vanilla ice cream cones. And that's what you get when you drink this.
What about half and half lemonade, half tea from Snapple?
When they talk about made from the best stuff on earth, they're talking specifically about sugar. This bottle has as much sugar in it as 5 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Fitbee.com was surprised at what they found in Starbucks iced green tea latte.
It's like putting 45 sugar cubes in your tea.
Lipton, well known for its tea.
It took them 14 ingredients to make this tea. And I don't know, when I make tea at home, I use 2 ingredients, 3 if you count ice.
And that's his advice. If you're going to have iced tea, make it yourself. In response, McDonald's said in addition to sweet tea, they offer a variety of sweetened and unsweetened beverage options. Snapple said they too have a range of products, some with 10 or fewer calories. Lipton said their brisk tea has lowered the amount of sugar in its bottles and now provide other alternatives, such as their Pure Leaf Not So Sweet line. Starbucks says their iced green tea latte is considered more a latte than an iced green tea. Monty Bowen, News Center 11.
The Health Report is brought to you by the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic, located in the Medical Dental Arts Building. Call 456-7768.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I like the half and half. Where I'm from, we call it the Arnold Palmer.
Oh, yeah.
Half
Yeah,
lemonade,
absolutely.
half tea.
I like brisk. I mean, I like my brisk.
I just like tea.
And speaking of brisk, it's
Uh-huh.
getting a little
Brisk.
cold, just
Bumps that
signaling
spike.
the fall season, right?
I read
High
your
school-
mind. I'm sensing Joe's going to be talking about volleyball.
Oh, you got it. High school volleyball. The season starts this week, and we're going to highlight a team that could be a state contender, find out who that team is, and we have some running results as well. That and more next.